Okay. Okay, on period. What's good, everybody? What's popping, y'all? It is the G panel reloaded with the official Kingpin and Safion, and we got another exclusive interview for you guys. Safion, tell the people what's going on.
So what's up, everybody? We have another exclusive interview that I'm also excited about with Carrie D from Chasing Dallas.
You excited?
I am
You
excited. We
look
got a lot to
excited
talk
today.
about.
You look excited today. You normally don't look this perky.
All the
You
interviews we got lined up in the
Okay, on period.
future.
Yes, we got a lot of interviews lined up. You want to tell the people about the interviews lined up, or you just want to surprise them?
Let's surprise them.
Oh, let's surprise them. Okay, you guys already know how we get down. Make sure that you guys are sharing this live, liking this video, subscribe with all your notifications turned on. It's the official Kingpin and Safion, and this is the G panel reloaded. So without further ado, okay, because I've already had everybody waiting long enough. Okay, we was late today because of Mike. Okay, because of the official Kingpin. Okay, on period. I was running late. But we's here. We's here, and we have a very special guest backstage. We have KERRY D from Chasing Dallas.
What's up,
Hey,
everybody?
KERRY.
Hey, how y'all doing? Steady class,
We're
bro.
Doing
doing
good. How
great.
are
How
you?
are you?
I'm doing good. It's good seeing y'all. Thank y'all for having me. I
Thank you. You
appreciate it.
cut your hair?
I did. I go through changes. Sometimes I'll
You
have hair
cut
one day.
the hair.
It'll come back tomorrow. I promise.
And yeah, I'm sure it goes pretty fast, huh? How
It
are
does.
you? How's everything going?
It's been good. It's been real good. Just chilling. I was, getting to it. How about
Yeah,
y'all?
I
How
haven't
y'all
seen you
doing?
since Vegas.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
not talk about. You already know
Not
what
yet.
happens in Vegas.
Well, it did it stay there though?
Ooh, my! I know it was a lot going on. I was very confused watching the season. I was like,
You and me both.
Carrie D and Reese not cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. We
I was
started
like,
off not
what
good.
happened?
Yeah, yeah. But
I
we
said,
ended
because
up
they
really
were,
better.
I said they were chilling in Vegas. But I had
Right.
just met everybody, so I don't know what it was
True.
giving. I shit. I was like, yeah, I'm just happy to be here. And
And I brought this for you, friend.
ooh, yes. Where
Yeah.
my fan at? And I got one of those right here.
Turn
That
it
might
off
be
before it
adjusted
makes
right
so
here.
much noise.
Period. Oh, so we brought you here because everybody wanted to see you. We've actually been
You
reaching
so
out to you for a while. Okay, you were the fan fave last season.
really.
hmm
That's what I heard.
I appreciate it. Sometimes I my own little worst critic. You know, we can always tear ourselves down. So it's like, oh, people really enjoyed it. Okay, cool. Hey, everybody.
Yes, people really enjoyed it. They really enjoyed it, and a lot of people didn't like how they were how everybody was like teaming up on you because they were saying that you lied and you was like, what was that all about? What was the lie? I was like, it sounded the same to me. Like, I
I,
mean, maybe a word or two was off, but
right.
it sounded the same. It sounded like you said the same shit.
Right. I was like, well, you know what? I just do better by not minding my business. I'm just gonna sit over here and mind my business. You know what? I tried it. I'm
You
good.
I got to do better at minding my business. Got to do
That's it.
period.
So, Carrie D, why don't you tell us about yourself? Who was Carrie D, and tell us about your upbringing?
Okay. Well, hi everybody. I'm Carrie D. I am a singer, songwriter, vocal producer here now. Um, I grew up in the country, Dallas, Texas. Born in Columbus, Ohio, but moved down here in Texas. Lived here for most of my life. Grew up in church. Grew up in
Oh, another church boy.
yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
church boy too.
Hey, see,
Don't
I
do
grew up
it.
singing, of course, since I was like 4. End up going to oh, come on, Cross. Um, End up going to like certain schools, like Kelly, certain school that Kirk Franklin went to, just so I could perfect whatever vocal training I needed. So I always that's like my like caveat, like yes, I do
No
it.
wonder you sound so damn good.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Okay. I said them runs go on and on
And they
And
and
will.
on.
on and
And they will. I
on and
will riff.
on.
Yes,
I
it
will
is.
riff
I
and
said
run
them
and
runs.
okay, for
It's the
sure.
runs for me.
Okay.
Yeah. You can sing though, Fred. You can really sing.
Yeah.
Tell us about your music. I
Thank
know
you.
that you have what 2 projects out now working on your third project.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I have one solo project, and then I did one project with my group roommate or my duo, and now my best friend just put out his solo project, and I'm working on my album now. So yeah,
And
Okay.
one of them projects is called
Good.
Boys Next Door, right?
yes, that's the group project for sure. Yeah,
We're
thank
gonna have to
you.
put Lyndon on the calendar as well, so we could talk about his upcoming
Okay,
project.
it just
Yeah.
dropped. It's called Relapse and Recovery. Make sure y'all go get that because we worked really hard on making sure that sounded as perfect as it
Yeah.
does.
Period. Make sure you guys send me a link to that so I can share it.
Got you. Will do.
Absolutely. Anything that you guys got coming up, any new projects, make sure that you guys tap in with the home of the Lituation. When you're making your
Yes.
rounds, okay, tap in with the
Okay.
G panel, okay?
Any
Facts.
events, please let us know. Because I
Will
would
do.
gladly love to fly down to Dallas. I'm trying to
Come.
get the hell up out of New York. I had enough up here.
What's wrong with New York?
Albany is just not it anymore. Like,
Oh, Albany. Okay.
exactly. It's nothing but the hood. I'm tired of being up here.
Understand. You gonna get an invite, no problem. I got you.
I'm on my way.
Oh, no, that's right. So tell us more about Chasing Dallas.
Like, how did you
What
get on there?
happened? Oh, well, yeah, how did you
I'm
get on
sorry,
there?
Kay. I didn't mean to interrupt
No,
you.
go ahead. That's a good
How did
question.
you
You
get
know,
on
I
Chasing
jumped to
Dallas?
the end. He started at the very beginning. I'm like,
Okay.
yeah.
I
How
like
do
to
we-
just go
Take me
through
to the
it.
mess. He like, oh, when were you born? What city were you born in? What's his name?
Okay.
Like,
How
how
was
did
your
you get on
upbringing?
Chase? Yeah. How did you get on Chasing Dallas? Did you get asked? Because a lot of people, from some reason, on these a lot of people from the website are saying that they got asked instead of auditioning. So how was it for you?
Mine was a little bit of both. I still auditioned for sure, but me and Markel had been like in the scene together. Like he did like a show prior to Chasing Dallas, and one of my exes was in that show, and I was performing at at one of their events. And so ever since that moment, me and him had been like cordial. Like we would see each other out, we would talk and speak. But closer to the time I started, he was like, "You really should audition," and I was like, "No." Prior to that, like no singers was really getting on the reality circuit. I mean, there are some singers like if you look further back, but no good ones were out like really doing it. See, here we go. Here we go. I'm just being honest. But but
Yes, he did. He said what the fuck he said. And
on period.
I'm
But
gonna
so
check
I
him.
right. So I was like, nah, I'm good. You know, I don't want to do that. And then like we were having a meeting because I think I had just dropped like one of my videos, like Crossroads, and I was like, okay, it's picking up traction. It was on like another web series show. I was like, cool, and I was like, why not? I was like, I really want to let people know this is who I am. I do music for our community. Why not be a part of it? It's like one of the biggest, reality platforms here in our community. So why not? So I auditioned with Reese and got it. So
And
ta-da.
So how was your
Hey.
experience through season 1 and 2?
My season 1, it was rough. It was rough. A bitch was working up and down Dallas, Atlanta, and New York. I was like flying. I'm like telling people, "Hey, come see me perform. Come see me sing." I got the people like we were trying to do certain type of shows to kind of like let people know that even though Dallas is in Texas and Texas is a little racist and the stereotypes that Texas has as far as like being country and Republican and all that, but we still have a community of people here who are black and like us and who we bond together, and I really wanted to show that, and I didn't feel like that was that all that hard work was just like looked over, wasn't
Let me
filmed.
see them nails. Let me see them nails. Nail cam. Yay. Yay.
I don't know what my camera
What
is,
is
but
it?
it's supposed to
What
be
are
some
they
abstract. I don't know.
giving?
Some
Yes,
abstract shit.
abstract.
I very much love like getting my nails painted. I don't know.
I know that's
Ain't
right.
nothing wrong
I'm
with
gonna have to
that.
start doing that. Nail
It's very cute.
cam.
Okay,
Okay,
shout out to Sean.
period.
He did it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, Sean did that too.
I'll send a link just to
Oh,
those
I
who
know.
want to get it done.
No, I seen. Oh, well, I haven't seen the interview, but when I was doing my research, I seen that you had interviewed with Sean Davy way like a year ago.
Oh no, not that Sean, another Sean. But yes, I did do an interview with him. Oh, you really did do your research. Okay, all right.
I try.
Because I've been out here in the streets. No.
Oh, the Fish King Bane is researcher. Okay, I put my Twitter fingers to work. Okay, Google is my best friend out
Okay.
here.
Can I tell the audience how me and you first met in Vegas?
Absolutely.
When I walked up on Kane said, "Wait, who are you?" And I said, Kerry, you know, I'm humble about it. And he pulled up a tweet that I said about him, which is why I brought this, because I said, baby, he had this electric fan. I said, I know what I'm doing from now on. He said, wait, is this you? I said, oop, yes,
Wait,
sir, that's
King did
me.
that?
Baby King didn't play. He didn't know, because you know, there's always been this we gonna tell it real honest, right? We know there's been this undercurrent of like issues between LA and Dallas for whatever reason. And he thought I was on that train. I was like, no, baby, that was all love. I was like, my fat ass needed some air.
Okay.
I've been sweating. But yeah, I just wanted him to know it was all love. But like every time I see Kane or we talk, I always think back to that moment.
That's so funny because he had wrote something. I think and you added me or something like way like when like Chasing had first came out. I was like, who is this?
Right, because I understand. Apparently, people were giving a lot of hate. You know,
and then when I seen him, I was like, this look a lot like that dude that said that shit. I said, is this you? He's like, that's me. I don't think I had any idea at that time that you was on Chasing Dallas, because I had just barely had finished binge watching Chasing Atlanta.
Gotcha.
So when I seen the comment, I didn't know who you was. I was like, who is this? And then I see you in Vegas. I said,
okay. Came with all my curls.
Yes. I miss the curls already. You don't miss the curls? What
I do.
You cut the curls?
It get to a length that I don't want to maintain, and I be like, ooh, it's either if I don't do
cold right now.
But I'm a bird. I'm gonna do what I want to do. It can be cold. I'm gonna still be bald headed.
Period. So season 3, what's going on with season 3? It's the season 3 is there won't be a season 4, correct?
To my to my knowledge, there's no, but there's not a set date for a new. So I don't know yet.
Let me find out. They just wanted to hold.
I got a question real quick.
And
I'm gonna just go back to this, and then I'm gonna just stay on season 3. Season 2, there was a big altercation between Dior, Trey Howard, Trey Womack. Were you there for that? And if you were, or if you weren't, how did you feel about that?
I was there. That was the same night we did. Kane had his pole dancing class, so we were all in there. When I tell you, I was pretty drunk.
He came in that damn wig with that ponytail.
Yeah.
And somebody done ripped it off, and he wasn't even.
I think he ripped
it
off. Didn't he do it?
Somebody snapped. No, it was somebody else that snapped. I'm like, why would y'all snap? He's not even fighting.
Oh, baby, he was trying to protect. He was just trying to like, look. I was like right outside the door. I was like, girl, I ain't going out there. It was me, what's this, B King. We were inside, just like sitting there, like, they really out there fighting. They were with it. Like, y'all really going. And like, it's kind of where we were very isolated, so there was nobody gonna like come and call the cops on us. So it was like anything could have happened in that moment. But yeah, I was there. I was just sitting inside drinking, minding my business.
Okay, so the end of season 2 at the reunion, you and a lot of other people, Markel, some people had explained your issues with Reese, and you guys had explained that you guys feel like you don't get enough fair footage time. Can you explain us why you felt like that?
For sure. So and this is why me and Reese weren't cool at the beginning of season 3, because a lot of the times I would express. I would try to be very professional, and like I would email them or I would text them like, hey, I have so many shows that I've been doing throughout the year. Like, so there was 40 shows. They came to none of them, you know, to see, like, to film it. It's a different, right? And at first I was like, okay, you know, the first couple of them, cool. People got stuff to do. But then when you see like what they did end up shooting, it was like, oh, okay. Y'all just gonna say fuck me singing. What the fuck am I on here for? What happened? It got to a point where like I had like started like they kept. I'm sorry. Hold on. It got to a point where they were like, oh well, we're just gonna supplement your performances for like something else, and the something else was me being in a scene with the girls being in drama, and I was like, I don't know if you understand that that don't show me singing. And then the only thing you are showing at this time is me singing Happy Birthday on a swamp to some people. You know, like that's the only thing you see. And then you see the one scene that you do see me in the studio, I filmed it. Like, and I'm not a good film. At that time,
like you filmed it. You filmed it off your phone.
we had our own camera equipment, but it was like we filmed ourselves in the studio because roommate where we have some behind the scenes that we're going to try to put out as we put out more music and stuff, so we kind of get fans more involved with our process, right? But I was like, well, here's some stuff that we done, and that's the little clip that you see. But I felt that if they were in there, they would have captured a lot more. So
did you request them to come film you when you were in that studio? And
yeah,
they just said no, or they just kind of brushed it off. So y'all just did it on your own and submitted in.
Exactly.
What the hell?
Right. It wasn't necessarily no right off the bat. It was like, yeah, we'll come. The closer that the date came that we were in there, it was like, oh, something came up. We couldn't do this.
So like that will come, but then like something happened, like, oh, this happened. Like,
yeah,
everybody's sitting at home with their feet up and just don't feel like moving shit.
Right. That's how it felt. And so like you could tell, like if you imagine, like
I hate that.
I know y'all know, especially King, you know, studios are not cheap.
I know for sure. I go to the studios too.
Okay, perfect. So y'all know they're not cheap.
All of it's coming out of our pocket.
Out of our
pocket. None of it's cheap because
everything that y'all do is coming out of your pockets.
Thank you. And a 3-minute song can take up to 4 hours in the studio just to make sure it's basic. And I'm not basic. And we don't put out basic music. So it's like we have to put in a little bit more extra work. And so I'm like, you realize I'm putting a lot of money for you to put me on this TV to show people that I'm actually out here making music and people wanting to be a part of it. A lot of that started to frustrate me. The only time you do see me perform was when I flew my ass to Atlanta and performed with Oliver, you know, and, or, you know, like stuff like that. It was starting to build up. It was like, okay, y'all not coming to none of my performances. Okay. We shot a music video. The music video looked good. I asked y'all to come there and shoot that. Y'all come to be in the video, but don't come to shoot the video. Cool. You like it became a lot to be like on me, so I was pissed off that day. That day
how did you overcome all of that, and how is that working for you on season 3?
So great question. So going into season 3, I let it be known that if I was to come back, I'm gonna air out my grievances. Now keep in mind, between my season 1 and my season 2, COVID hit. So I wasn't doing a lot of shows in season 3. So I wasn't gonna trip if you didn't see me, you know, on every stage performing as Kerry D, because first of all, I ain't going out here catching no COVID for nobody. I got grandma to take care of. Like, you know, I got things to do, and I'm not gonna put myself in jeopardy for that. So
I hear that.
And so, but what I did do, I was like, okay, I know Ariel wanted to work on music. I know we had an artist named Kesey. I know we worked with him over the summer. Let me show you what I do other than perform. I can actually produce, you know, like and help you put your music together and see how that looks. So I spent my time doing that. So for me, after I got to express myself to Reese, like, look, we may never agree that you were wrong on this, but as long as I get this out and people like, and you understand this is my issue with you, after I expressed it, I was good. I was like, once I expressed it, I'm good. I ain't got nothing, because in real life, I would never fuck with you if you do me dirty in my head, you know?
So is that why, because in one of the scenes, the first episode, I believe, was George's party. And what I could recall was when Reese wasn't invited and you guys were talking about how the whole situation with Markel and Reese, about how Reese claims that Markel stole Lovers and Friends, and you guys were explaining to that. And then it goes into Trey Howard's party, and Reese came. And everybody was against Reese besides Trey Howard and Dior. They kind of just stayed out of it, just played their positions. And when I looked back at it, when I went to look at it the first time, at the time it came out, I remember you referred to Reese as the big bitch down there. I was like, why would you call him a big bitch? Like, why? That was before, because I only seen like 2 episodes from season 2, which was that big fight. I didn't watch it after that. I stayed over on Atlanta and LA. And then I went back to do my homework to see like what happened. Yeah. And now I see why it happened, even though I think it was me, but that's just y'all.
No,
but you fixed it. You know, you guys got you guys had a conversation and all that, but now I know why you had that problem. Because I was like, where's all these people having problems with Reese? Like, why is everybody just ganging up on Reese? Like, what's going on?
And it felt like that when you don't get the full context of anything,
right?
Especially because it's not that we didn't talk about it on camera. You know what I mean? It was talked about on camera. It's just what you get to see. And then also, a lot of the times when I would express it, it would be returned with, well, you still got the views, you still got the clicks, you still got people listening to your music. So my job was done. And I was like,
how do you know? You're not the only one on that cast. It's an ensemble cast. It's like 10 of y'all motherfuckers. Like,
right. And I'm sitting here like,
and you not being shown as much. Because and let me ask you this. Do you feel like it was the same people shown throughout the entire season 3? Because I feel like it was always Reese, Trey Howard, a little bit of Dior and Ariel, but mostly Reese, Trey Howard, and Ariel, and Dior and Robert. And Robert, I feel like, this is no disrespect, but I felt like Robert shouldn't have been a friend of the show because I guess he had a lot going on business-wise, where he couldn't film. So I'm like, if you got all these people that are the main cast members on the credits, why are all of them not shown? Like, George wasn't shown as much he was shown in the beginning, but it was always the same 3 people. Do you feel like it was always the same people over and over? Did y'all say something after a couple episodes? Like, how is this going to play out the rest of the season?
So yes and no, right? So a lot of my season 3, I was in Atlanta. So I had like moved for a period of time. So I wasn't in a lot of the scenes. So that part didn't bother me any, especially like I said, with Rona, I wasn't coming. You know, y'all can do what you want to do. I'm not coming. I'll be here since I'm working with Ariel. You'll get to see me work with Ariel on some music. You'll see me work with, those people on music. I will say this, depending, there's truth to that, and then there's also truth to like what are you bringing, other than the drama. And I think they were very conscious about showing work this season because of the criticism from last season being heavy on that one piece of drama that stretched out over a few pieces of episodes. It's when you see the comments, you kind of like, okay, well, let's course correct that. And so their ideal of course correcting was doing a lot of people who were doing a lot of work, if that makes sense. So Ariel was doing a lot on TV. She was doing a lot of performances. They were there at damn near every one of them. But yeah, so there could be truth that there could have been things that, because I feel like Markel could have showed him doing Lovers and Friends or his other projects that we see are like coming to fruition now. We could have saw that. I think when we let drama take a precedent, it kind of gets lost between those players.
Okay, that's great. So I got another question. Why did they have you keep singing Happy Birthday instead of having you singing one of your own songs to showcase? Since it's your copywritten.
Right. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that one. Now, at the times that I have been asked to sing Happy Birthday, I've either gotten paid, or I've been, or they just, or somebody close to me, I'm like, okay, let me sing Happy Birthday to you. So I didn't mind that if they would have balanced it with performances, but I like I say, in season 3, I wasn't doing a lot of performances, so I can't talk shit on that one. You know what I mean? Like, I can talk shit on season 2. Season 2, I was up and down these streets like a hoe, trying to get these people to see me sing.
Well, we see you singing.
Thank you, I appreciate it. But and honestly, I think since from season 2 to season 3, I had to deal with a lot of healing within my own self because a lot of me wasn't ready to perform. Like, COVID is the big excuse I can use, but it's also one of those things where it's like, okay, well, we also had plans to shoot a video. We also had plans to do a live performance, but I backed out of it because a bitch was insecure.
It's no problem because even King can tell you, even on LA, people were asking like, why is that the only spaces that y'all could get? Those were the spaces that they could get because they were filming in the dead middle. They were filming in the dead middle of COVID.
Yeah.
So whatever they got, they were provided. That's what they were provided. I didn't have no problem with it. They still gave a show. Y'all still gave a show. So what's the issue? So fast forward, we get to the lemon squeeze. How did you feel about Reese sending out everybody's invitation, including yours? with what he said after that.
So my true reaction was I bust out laughing because I thought you can tell a person planned it. Like it's one of those things. Like I am naturally shady, but I'm not like I don't intentionally be shady. Like I have to like I'll just say something to you and it'll come off shady, but I don't know I'm being shady. If that makes sense. This person had put together a whole montage and put together this thing where it's like. This is shade to you, and it's like I laughed at it because I was like, the bitch hit me. Okay, cool. I do wish people they were able to give it back to each other, like because I'm not gonna be shady with you. I'm not gonna do it. But like between George and Reese, I wish we could see like a good match between them two.
Like
that's
fighting
what.
wise, like throwing hands.
No,
No.
no, 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 no,
No,
no, no,
no.
no, no.
I didn't say I want that. I did not want that. I'm just saying, like.
No.
The girls
No.
are girling.
Right.
Oh
No, but
no.
because I think they can both be very shady. But I think like I thought that was a good moment to see if he had really delivered that shade to George and then see George deliver it back. I thought that would have been cute for a show, but it doesn't work that way when it feels biased, if that makes sense.
So on
Now,
your way
do
to the
you feel that George has a good reason to be at Reese the way that he is? Do you like I
No.
just felt like it was just like girl.
I think we all need that one part. Like when they come up with these formulas for these shows, you always need that person. Like every show has those two people who gonna beef. How do we word this way? Who gonna be? Who gonna beef? You got those people who gonna beef. And it's okay. It's okay to have it, but I don't think the reasoning was thought out well. Like you just mad. If you mad at him, be mad at him. I'm not gonna get over it. There was a period of time where I was telling Reese, I don't give a shit what you say. I still don't fuck with you. I'm not gonna fuck with you. Every time I see you, it's gonna be fuck you for today, fuck you tomorrow. It's gonna be all that. But when we don't get to flush out the reason, and the reason seems like it's backdoor to like somebody else's reason, that's how everybody started thinking that it was me, Markel, and George, like for some reason coming together to not fuck with Reese. And it was like, no, I have my own issue. He got his own, and I know Markel has his own issue. I can only speak for them too. I can't speak for nobody else.
Well, I got a question for you. So at the lemon squeeze, I sat back and I observed a lot. What I observed was the fact that Reese gave out all those shady reasons I get it is TV. Mm-hmm. Then when y'all all get there, first of all, did you think something was gonna go down? Like it was gonna go down?
I mean, when I saw premiere, I thought something was gonna go down because I was like, I see the call sheet, baby. You ain't on this one.
See, here's the thing, though. Everybody sat down. He gave everybody a chance to speak. You had your chance to speak. George had his chance to speak. A couple other people, everybody didn't really have much to say because it really wasn't. We all know who the drama kind of surrounded on the most. When Premier got there, which I wasn't expecting, he read Reese for filth, and then George came in and read him for filth. Now, here's my question to you: how do you feel about them ganging up on Reese, and how did you feel about Trey Howard, Ariel, the people he's putting on that he's kind of putting y'all to the side on for not defending him or coming to his defense?
So this is how I think about it. I don't have a problem with George or Premier coming for Reese, right? Because first Reese delivered out the shade first,
absolutely,
and then invited everybody to come to one place and expected nothing. Like you don't expect shade to come back. That's unrealistic, right?
Right.
So I don't have a problem with that because I'll sit there and get high and like, oh my God, this is funny. Like going back and forth. It's funny. In the moment, me and Ariel sitting next to each other dying because it just feels like, bitch, they're really just talking shit back and forth. Now,
it was the edibles.
It was the edibles. It really was. It really was. It really was. They were really good. What was the second part you said?
How did you feel about they didn't really they
I
kind of
didn't.
did, but then they didn't at the same time.
I don't think it was ganging up. I just think you invited people here to be shady. Now, Premier again is the wild card. I didn't know how. I
Right.
didn't know he was coming, but I'm here for the shit. Like you know what's supposed to make this is gonna make good TV regardless. So I don't give a damn. You know, I don't think it's ganging up. I keep hearing that.
Well, I wouldn't say ganging up, but everybody had their turn with Reese. But how did you feel about the people that he's been close to on the show, which is Trey Howard,
Oh
Ariel?
yeah,
How did you feel about them not defending him?
they don't owe that to him. I don't believe that.
Okay.
Nobody owes that to him. Nobody owes that to Trey Howard. If Trey Howard was beefing with somebody, it's not anyone else's problem or expectation to jump in for that. We all here in the same boat. Reese has got into it with all of us at some point, you know.
That's
And
another one. That's true.
right, and so when it was me against Reese, there was nobody at that moment helping me go, you know, against Reese. So nobody's expected Ariel or Trey Howard to jump in because they can. Truth be told, they can fight their own battles, and we're gonna let it happen. You can fight your own battles. If you can't handle it, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that was
Absolutely.
so. You and Reese had made up. You guys had made amends. You guys started, filming together. You guys went to Chicago. How was that?
I really love Chicago. Chicago was beautiful. That was after my birthday. I went to Atlanta and then kind of like went to Chicago just to pop in. Roommate was supposed to perform, but we couldn't get on the same page for that flight, so we didn't do it. So that's why I was just there singing happy birthday. Singing happy birthday.
That damn happy birthday song.
Okay.
It's okay though. We get it though, because everybody was kind of like, "Why does he keep singing?" I'm like, "Y'all do know it's copyright, right? They will get sued." And I don't think
Okay.
wants a couple of checks pulled from him.
What happened on my first season? They had played some of my music, and I think I had it uploaded through TuneCore at the time. TuneCore came and almost snatched the whole episode down. Said they will collect all that money, and I said, "Hold on."
Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just song. Like, come on. Why everybody looking for a check nowadays? Like,
right. I was sitting here like, "Hey, that's me. I'm giving okay for this. It's okay. I'm giving it okay." It was a lot, but what was the question? Sorry.
Yeah, I can imagine why he would.
Was Chicago?
Oh no, Chicago was beautiful. I got to hang out with Rico with the K. Got to hang out with Troy, Cam, Dominique. Who else? My friend Eli that I met there in T. Like, it was a good vibe. I really love Chicago, even though there was like a fight that broke out. That was fine. I think when you used to being around certain habits, you're used to certain things like it happening. But it was a good vibe. Nonetheless, though.
Okay, so actually, speaking of Chicago, there was rumored to be a chase in Chicago. Was that true?
Well, it's not gonna be.
It's Kingfish for me.
Oh my.
Hold on, where my ear at? Hold on. Well, it won't be chasing Chicago no more, but I do know that there were plans, an idea on the table for a chase in Chicago. Who's to say you won't still see it in another format? That's what I will say.
Because I did like that little meetup that y'all had with the Atlanta cast.
Yeah,
I kind of wish LA came to a little bit.
Me too.
I even said on a live with Reese and Karan, y'all need to start doing an all-star cast and get it together. Like, y'all see how Natalie got all the bad girls from every season on that show. Like, it's past due for an all-star cast. Like, I want to see y'all on one roof and see what's gonna happen.
Oh, under one roof? Ooh. I don't know about that, friend.
Speaking of, there was a crossover from somebody from G Status, Dre Sember. How was it filming with him?
It was cool. I only met him once. Well, yeah. I only met him once. It was cool. It was at the pajama party. He said he liked the music. He fucked with brunch. I was like, cool beans. That's what's up.
That's right.
And he said, I think he was he sitting next to me as the drama was unfolding?
I can't remember. I think he was sitting close to Dior. I can't remember. But he was sitting next to Eric, but Eric was like kind of like all the way over there.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, he didn't give me no problems.
How did you feel about what went down at the pajama party between him and Trey Howard? Did you feel like the beef was just dragging on and on and on?
No, I really want to see why they really are beefing. I don't quite understand why they're beefing. I think there's some now I want to see fight for some reason. I know I don't condone violence, but sometimes you got to
Shit,
see
I do
something else.
sometimes.
You do, but I feel like they need a good one. They need because like I feel like I don't know. I just feel like sometimes I think Dre Simple probably get on the Trey Howard skin, and Trey Howard's ready to get in that ass.
I just felt like it was gonna come because I
Mhm.
remember when he was asking questions and the question to Dre Simmer was who don't dress right, and he over here and he automatically looks at Trey like, Trey, I've always told you I don't see how you dress, and then I'm just like, oh shit, here we go.
Right. I was like, sir, I was like, you either came here. That felt like you coming here for a moment. What we doing? What you doing?
Speaking of, were you supposed to be on the retreat? How come we didn't see you on the retreat? Retreat.
Hell no.
Why
Me
not?
and Reese damn sure wasn't cool at that time. That was prior
Right.
to our season starting, and
Uh,
I blocked. I wasn't talking to Reese in no degree.
Why is that? What happened?
Well, this was right off the backs of season 2, so I felt like I had been like played being on this show. I was like,
Oh.
now keep in mind, like the fans are beautiful when they meet me in person. I don't get no like weird people who like try me, but people love me in person. But like to see that this didn't go the way I wanted it to. Me and Reese were like having a back and forth in the emails and like phone calls. We were cussing each other out. It was just I didn't want to have nothing to do with him at that point.
Everybody keep talking about they have to reach out to him in emails and shit. Like, why everybody ain't just call everybody and text each other?
We didn't have that type of relationship. we were not there.
And then a lot of people don't realize that you don't really get there with a lot of people on on the show. Like you're just meeting these people. Like you don't know them. Like the only bond, the only connection that we have is this show.
Yeah, that's literally it. People were wondering like why I was so reserved in my first season. It was like my real self don't fuck with people I don't know. Like I have to like, I got to warm up. Some people I know in passing, so I can be like, okay, we can chat it up, cool. But then if the camera go off and we just go our separate ways, what is that? Okay, well, let me move on and go back to my real life.
Okay.
Speaking of, how did you feel about Ariel calling you guys call she hoes?
I wasn't on the call sheet, so it didn't make me no difference. At that time, I was invited by James, I wasn't even on the show at this point.
What?
I hadn't signed not one contract. When we was at George's birthday party, I was invited by George for his birthday party. I was invited by James for Trey's birthday party. James is Trey's boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Trey have a business relationship, and we're cool because we worked on videos together. This type, so we're cool. We have a separate relationship outside of the group. So when I got invited, I still wasn't on the show. So it made me know, never mind. You can call me a call sheet all you want to. Oh, y'all on call sheets. I'm just here. I was invited.
Correct.
So how was Las Vegas?
Vegas was fun to me.
Well.
I had the best time. And it was good to meet King and Jayla.
Jayla.
I almost forgot her name. So sorry, baby. But yeah, we had a good time. We were getting high. That was great. I'm sorry. Can I talk about that on here? Sorry.
Who used to get high with me?
No, well, I was getting high. Period.
I was smoking.
What we smoking? Look, don't give me the line. Let me not tell your business.
I don't remember nothing.
We had a really good time. It felt good.
What happened in Vegas? And
Don't know.
Respond, nobody.
Right.
I don't know.
I really enjoyed it though. Like it wasn't a bad time at all for me.
How was the drop ride that y'all went on that took y'all up in the air? How was that?
It was fun. I don't know if you ever come to Texas, we have something like that here called like the Superman. It's a longer version of that. But to get there was probably the scariest part because it takes you up this like long ass elevator up like 130 some odd floors. That part, and it don't move slow. It moves like a.
And then it's like y'all already on a building.
That's scarier than the actual ride.
That's exactly. And then y'all shooting up in the air.
And then we got on one ride where it takes you like you on the ride and it looks like it's throwing you off the building.
Who the fuck went on that?
We all did.
I would have had to have been high, drunk.
We were.
My do-rag like this. I would have still went on it like I'm gangster, but
I have a
Shit,
video of
anything can
Dior.
happen right now.
Right,
The
I have
only
a
thing
video
scary
of
about
Dior,
those
and I
rides
kept
is
telling
that
him,
they're way on top of the building.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing.
like
That
what we
Jiggy
doing?
Jacks.
Yeah, we
It
was
was nice
stupid.
knowing y'all. Shit.
Right, we was stupid, but it was okay. We had a good
Y'all
time
probably
though.
was real high though. That's probably why I might have to get high to go on one
Ching.
of them rides or drunk. I can't
And
go on there sober.
I got the best ones for you. Don't worry. When you
Send them over. Shit. Send them the fuck over.
yeah.
So the season wraps up. Then we have the reunion. I got too many questions for that, so I'm gonna keep it short and cute. Why did we not have a physical reunion?
Well, because somebody got fired and somebody said I ain't spending my money on a
Ooh.
venue, which I
Ooh.
from what I do recall, he already had the venue, but I think coming to the realization that he was getting fired, he was like, "Baby, so fuck y'all." And this, he was like, I kept trying to talk him into it. Like, come on, I like they're gonna associate you with not having a reunion. Let's not do that. It was a really cute spot too. I almost shot the video there, but it was really cute. Still might do it.
Is that why we didn't do the video?
That's not why we didn't do the video. We didn't do the video because of me. A bitch was like, bitch, no. But when we do videos, I definitely keep you in mind. I'm sorry. What's I saying? Yes, we had a venue. He got fired. He said he wouldn't do. He said fuck that shit. He ain't doing it. So he ended up canceling that.
Why did the reunion end the way that it ended? Do you feel like that was fair for Reese to just end the live after him and Trey Howard had that back and forth? How did that
Not
make
at
you
all.
feel?
I was a little annoyed because I was like, we all have to get ready for this, right? And then first of all, I thought he was fired. If he's fired, why does he have the controls?
That's what I was thinking. I was just like, why?
I'm confused. Why does he have the controls here? But I never liked the idea that you can try because you run this show or whatever that you control who somebody's opinion or what they're supposed to say. Trey felt the way he felt. People were gonna agree. People were not gonna agree. That's fine, but I don't think it was fair for the fans to like not get to experience a true reunion from us.
Because I remember I watched it and all I remember was Trey Howard saying Trey Womack name and that's Reese was just like,
baby, that's a trigger. Yeah, but
I said, did he really just end it like that? Oh, I would have.
Baby, that's a trigger.
I would have threw my house on fire. Like
we were all kind of like a little perturbed, just kind of like,
yeah,
really?
because it's like this is the last season. It's like y'all want to try. If this was the last season, which it's not, why would y'all not try to go out with a bang and make it like in person, like get it all out, settle it, make some like peace with each other? Because y'all might not see each other again. Like let's just leave this shit at the show, and just be grown men about it, grown women, and just come together. Like okay, the show was a show. We did this. We have an understanding. Let's just move forward with that. I hope you do good with your endeavors. Like that. Why would it just be? And then the way it ended like that, and it's just like
so abruptly.
The audio was kind of horrible. Like, a little bit. It wasn't horrible a lot, but
see why I'm holding on to my mic.
Like I'm in my head now.
Okay. No, but I agree with you. I don't disagree. I think we all felt the same way when it happened. It was like, really? This is what we're doing?
Okay, so King, don't get your gun out. But Kerry, I got a question for you. How do you feel about Imani Van Zap?
How do I feel about it?
Yeah, how do you feel about Imani Van Zap and her critiques throughout your season? How did you feel about her hosting a reunion?
So I have no issue with Imani Van Zap. I do feel her critiques was lazy this season.
Child.
You know what I mean? Like our first season, she was on us, and then I saw how she did y'all season, and I was like, okay. Now I don't have an issue with people giving their own opinion the way she do. I ain't got no issue with that. But then it did feel like when we were backdoor, like it was Atlanta then us. And I was like, oh, she's either on her last leg where she's like, I'm not doing this no more. Or like, you just don't give a shit no more. So you just go say anything. It didn't feel honest, in my opinion.
So do you feel like the reason that Imani Van Zap gave lazy ass critiques was because Reese was almost out the door, so her ass was about to be followed right behind him? Because when we were introduced to Reese, we were introduced to Imani Van Zap. So she came with Reese. So do you feel like she was like, what, fuck it, they about to get rid of my ass anyway. It's the end, so let me just give this shit out. Do you? Because that's what I was given from what I've heard from certain people on certain lives.
Well, I see. I don't talk to Imani like that, so I don't know. I don't know that, to be honest. But I think once she had, from the time that she started with us to that last season, she had blew up on TikTok over there, and so she
$75,000. Do you believe that? She
I don't
paid
know. I hope.
$2,500 for teaching. Y'all gonna sign up for teaching?
She been producing for 30 years, so
Where's he up on this side? King. Sir. Sir.
I said, girl, 30 years. I said, each time you say that, the years increase. Okay. I said, are we talking about Imani? Or are we talking about Derek? Is that what am I saying? Eric. Eric, one of those. Are we talking about Imani or are we talking about him? Okay, so I
No.
don't know.
I don't know specifically, but I think maybe she felt like she was like, "Bitch, I'm too big for this to still be doing this thing." That's why I thought her reads were lazy, or what she was doing was lazy. I was like, she don't give a shit about it no more. She didn't even do it. Look, she used to do interviews with everybody.
It was
Yeah.
big. I already put in my 2 weeks.
Very much. So I'm not by myself, right? It was like, girl, y'all not doing it. Y'all may be doing it.
Because that's what
Okay.
it was given. Like, that shit is funny. I'm sorry.
I don't disagree. I'm with you. It just felt
Like,
it
who
felt like
cares?
Well,
that.
what is she producing now?
That shit took me out. Yo. Nothing.
You mean them 30 years couldn't get you a gig producing another show?
Hold on, wait. What happened? What's your beef with her? What happened?
I'm not gonna beef. I was just
I was
just pointing out the
hard.
obvious.
No, not you. But wait, didn't you do an interview with her? Hold on, wait. What happened? What happened in your interview?
I
Can
felt
I
like
play this out?
Please.
What King say? The people that act like transphobes were transphobic. We're not going to make excuses for grown people. I also feel like you make a lot of excuses for people like, oh, it's the liquor. First of all, Miss Samani Van Zandt, we are all grown. I could literally take my ass to the store and buy liquor if I want to. We're not going to make excuses for grown people.
Yeah. I honestly agree with you in that one. I was in there like I fuck with everybody on y'all cast. I love y'all. But what I will say is that if it looked like a duck and she was out here saying some weird shit, that bitch was being weird. Just like she is what you think she is. We all had the same reaction. The bitch was being transphobic. It just is what it is. Ain't no way to look at it. There ain't no other way to look at about it. Yeah, and I think what irks me about it is that we make excuses for people like that when it's like. It not saying that you can't learn from it and grow and like, okay, I'm no longer going to be transphobic moving forward because I know more now. But it's like, don't make excuses. What you did was transphobic. That's what it was. Let's move around. That's it.
Move around.
Right.
She was making a lot of excuses for herself, but she was saying so much about the production of the show, and I was just like, like, weren't you supposed to be involved? It was giving me that she was upset that she got cut off. Gotcha. And like big I put in my 2 weeks energy, big I got cut off, so because I got cut off, because I feel some type of way, I'm not going to give y'all 100%. Matter of fact, I'm going to drag you guys through the mud throughout the season and try to drop the ratings, try to detour the audience. And that's what I called her out on. My problem wasn't, what she was doing with her beef with production. That wasn't my problem. It was obvious that you have some kind of issues with production, Q, and all that. That was very obvious. My thing is that I felt like the cast, we were getting we weren't getting our fair share. Like she wasn't giving us a fair critique, and she would, for somebody who's supposed to be trying to fix our shit, I just felt like the things that she would say, what advice was she giving? How was she being encouraging, and how was she, trying to help us fix our shit? I wasn't feeling that. So that's what I called her out on. And in that, she was the whole time, she was more so worried about Q and production and trying to catch me up on my words. Like, girl, I'm telling you what it is. That's why I'm here. Like, you don't have to try to catch me up in my word, in my wording. Like, I'm not on trial here. Like, I'm telling you, and for me to come and explain it to you, you still don't understand. All that means that you don't want to understand it. You just don't. And I called her out on that. And girl, she had in the interview, she was over there doing her makeup and things. I said, girl, That's what we not about to do. Okay, that's so rude. Okay, you
He
Yeah.
get
was
your
falling
makeup
asleep.
before the show. Okay.
Not fall asleep. I think I really enjoyed y'all interview right up until the end. I was like, oh, this is good.
It just seemed like to me when she couldn't get like any info out of King for production to use against Q, she was just like, "Fuck it, I don't even know why he even here." And then it's like, what would you do if you got your wig snatched off? What would you do if you were in Q spot? How would have
Yeah.
made chasing LA, chasing Dallas or Atlanta so much better? And she never gave an answer for that.
I think
We still waiting on it.
I
We
think what
probably never
happened
gonna get it.
never. But what
She
I
out the door.
right, she done. You said her 2 weeks is in. She done.
Ooh.
But no, I think there's criticism on that she can give, right? But I also think that we have to be careful when we do deliver because especially her position as close to, like you said, to Q and how she was doing it. It was his first season.
Right.
If you look back at Atlanta first season, if you look back at our first season,
Ooh.
there was definitely improvements that needed to happen. It's just honest. There is honesty, but to act as though Q is supposed to somehow be on Atlanta, chasing Atlanta season 5, production wise, and he just started. It's like we don't get it didn't feel like grace was given. Like, okay, because we still get to know King Payne. We still get to know everybody else on the cast and like them. That's not gonna change because production didn't do their job the way it's supposed to. They can do better, and they will. We just gotta give them time to grow.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that King that live that they did when they was ganging up on him, King, it looked like Q kind of went through that all by himself with another person, and then like, how iconic was that scene for him, Lauren, like the OGs to come to LA and pass the torch to them, and look what happened. They got the numbers sky high. They first season, Q did a fantastic job.
Literally something I said in Vegas to Reese. It was literally this. I don't know if y'all got to see it because I stopped watching after a certain period of time just for my own sanity. But I was like, how would you like it? Because I think there was an issue between Markel, him saying something about lovers and friends needing the views. Oh. And I said, but how would you have felt if someone had said we needed the views? I was like, you just literally had your whole beef with what's his face, and now look where we want to make sure that we can still say that we good and we produce numbers and whoop whoop whoop. It's not good to shoot somebody else in their foot. And I did feel bad for Q, because me and him were cool, but then around that time that y'all were going through it, we stopped talking, we stopped being cool. It felt, I didn't want to make him to feel like he was by himself, but that's kind of how it felt. Sorry, being nosy.
That's fine. I got a question for you. How do you feel about Eric James and him being on the show? Did you feel like Eric was always being a character?
Yeah, I did feel like
himself.
Yeah, he was absolutely being a character,
girl.
But what I'll say is that, like, let's say there was a progression for Chasing Dallas, right? Let's say we move some girls out, we move some people, move some people in. Eric James wouldn't be a bad addition. You need somebody who can be I want to say the word right without saying like I don't know how to say the word. You want an antagonist. You really want somebody who gonna push buttons. He clearly gets under people's skin. He gonna do it. You want a girl like that. He gonna sell his candles and he gonna get under people's skin. He gonna do it. But so
it was going in on him about them candles. Every time I turn around, Dre Summer was reading him about them candles.
Okay.
And who came up with the word bufanda?
I don't know. I was not there for that, and I was not going to participate in that
behavior. That's been a word.
Well, they used the word for Eric.
Yeah, I know that was a word, but who used it for Eric? Like, who called him bufanda? Because he said that, I could have sworn he said he feels something like suicidal over that and depression.
Really?
About that. He said something on Reese had an interview with TTB.
Yikes.
And I think Mike asked that question. I remember they was reading a comment that Eric had said about how do you feel about singling me out because of my skin tone, and it made me feel the S word. And I'm like, what the fuck do they mean by the S word? And then that's what I could think. Either that or suicide, but we never.
Oh shit! I know that's right.
Because when they said the S word, it was like, oh, and I'm like, I don't think people are gonna act like that reaction towards a word called shitty. Because Eric James would have just said shitty. True. He said the S word. True. So it's just like when you say the M word for molestation or R for rape. So that's what I was thinking. So it's like,
I hope not.
It's like, why would you want to like kill yourself? Like, I allegedly, I don't want to say that's their
Look,
fault, but this is what they said.
I feel you.
Just
What
putting two and two together.
I can't speak for him. I can't. I don't know. I don't know his walk. With the Lord in that one. But but hearing comments and seeing a lot of people kind of it. I'm not saying he was bullied. That's not the road I'm going down. But I do think that Bufanda was not the word to use, especially when you think of context and who you talking about.
Right.
It don't look right. But I don't. When you get people in comments coming for you, it can do something to your head. That's why all I suggest if he is going through it, just take some time away. Collect yourself.
See, what I notice about these shows, especially since you two have had experiences with this, now in this age, is we're starting to comment the viewers on what you're presenting and how you're carrying yourself. I don't feel like people, well, I can't say that, but I feel like people were coming for certain people on these web series because of how they carried themselves, what they chose to say, that they could have stopped themselves from staying in. This whole situation would have never came to fruition.
Yeah.
And the people have been saying like, oh, production made me do it. Oh, this, that. Y'all on a free ass show. There's no fucking way that I'm on a free show and production's gonna force me to do shit. If you're not paying me, then I'm not doing it.
What them coins
That's
at?
not who I am.
No, they should. Production didn't make you do it. You did it on your own.
Right,
for sure.
Like, and then it's
For
like
sure.
then y'all do these things and then y'all forget y'all on camera and then the reunion comes and when the next time y'all on a, oh well, I didn't know I said that. How you ain't know?
Run the
You was a
cameras
grown
back.
ass man. You knew that I was gonna see that what you said.
Yeah,
so when
run
you
them
get hit in
cameras
your
back.
face. Don't when something happens to you. Why you acting shocked?
People scary. That's all it is. That's all that means.
That's another question. Do you feel like people on this cast, were there some people that would pick and choose and be green screen gangsters, and then in person it would be like, oh, I'm too high, I don't want to do this, but they were scared shitless. You don't have to name nobody.
Oh, okay, because I want you to know I pull the name.
I don't want
but
I ain't trying to have nobody come for you. No,
for sure, there was definitely people, and people had even tried to clock me for my confidence, like how I was coming in my screen or green screens and not doing it in person. I was like, well, first of all, this was over a year ago. I had some time to process what has happened, and but there are people I do believe that are on screen gangsters, if that makes sense, for sure. I just leave it at that. Then.
So, is there anything after Chasing Dallas? Would you do an all-star cast with like other guys from the web series if you were to be asked, or would you be open to it?
Maybe if it was more like Making the Band, and less like Bad Girls Club.
Oh, girl.
You know what I mean? And because I feel like you would get the all-star cast, but then I feel like the people who would get on there would feel like they need to put on, because now you have other personalities in the room. I don't know if King Payne can attest to this, but when you around a collection of people, and it could be from different cities, I'll just say that you'll see like an energy, kind of like, I'm revving up my energy to be like the next personality.
Go back and watch Chasing LA episode 1. See who King was arguing with. It says it right there.
Stop it! I
like Andre. Andre cool, but I'm just like, I'm calling it how I see it. Like, he wasn't the only one, but even on your season, there was some people doing that.
Definitely on my
season. I'm trying to single Andre out.
Definitely on my season.
I'm so over that. I
want y'all to be friends. I like both of y'all.
I'm just so over it. It's like I'm so over it.
I'm rooting for both of you.
Like I moved so far past that.
Good.
Like, it's not even nothing that's on my mind. It's so crazy to hear people that it's still a thing to people. Like, it's still a thing. Like, when people run up to me on the street, they're like, what's going on with
right?
Why?
Girl.
People do that all the damn time, and they be like, "Love your music, but what's happening with you and so Reese? What's happening, girl? I don't know.
Why though? I wouldn't do that to y'all.
Yeah, I don't be worried.
People do it all the time, and it's weird. Like, and keep in mind, people keep it cute in person. They are real polite about it, but they be like, "Oh my god, what happened with what's his face and what's his face?" I don't know. Watch the show. I don't know. I'll keep up with them.
Impressions is everything.
Period.
For sure.
Definitely. I don't keep up with them. Speaking of keeping up, okay, because we brought you here to keep up with you. Enough with chasing, okay, because we're running out of time. Okay, we got about 5-10 more minutes with you.
Okay.
We want to know more about you, okay. Is KERRY dating?
KERRY is open to dating. I've tried it a couple of times. Even last season, I tried a couple of times. When I came from Atlanta to Chicago, I had left somebody I was talking to at that time. But
Oh,
yeah, I'm really bad at dating. Like I'm really to myself. I really am. I love me. I mean, and I love getting it in when I need to. But other than that, I want to be more open as I get closer to my birthday. Want to be more
Absolutely. And
available for
when's your
dating.
birthday?
March 18th.
oh,
Okay,
you're a
you are
Pisces. My birthday's March 11th.
Hi, fellow Pisces.
Hi. No
Period.
wonder I'm
Furiana
smiling
to the
so much on
Fury.
here.
Oh, yes. I
Is
like
there
that.
Valentine?
No, not a current Valentine. I'm my Valentine's this Valentine's.
Okay, we in the same boat. I'm buying my own gifts this year too.
That part. Okay. I know what's about me.
Period.
Okay.
So, do you have any performances lined up in the this cup coming the rest of this year?
Yeah. Well, we're working on a live show, but I'll keep that under wraps as we close as things get more developed, and I have more things to be like. This is solid. We're gonna really do this. We're definitely gonna have a live performance. I'm working on new music now. Writing. Right now, I'm focused on making sure Lyndon James has his music and out and getting people excited to hear him and what he sounds like on his own. But yeah, performances are definitely happening this year. Um, Especially now that we gonna have to live with Rona. I'm gonna have to perform. I can't stay in the
Heard,
house. Mhm.
heard.
Have you
Any more
ever? Oh,
reality shows coming up?
um, Nothing I can talk about at this moment, but
Oh,
but I can say it's not chasing Dallas at this moment.
so would
I
you do the retreat like season 3?
No. I mean, unless there's something I need to retreat from. I mean, well, maybe it depends. It depends on where they're going for the retreat.
You're
oh,
right about that.
okay.
Because
He
if it's a
said
good,
all it just depend on the location. I go.
it's
It depend on
okay.
where you're going.
It's where we're going. Okay. How much relaxation am I getting? No, you know what? I really did like how he shot the retreat, so I wouldn't mind it if it's a good spot for sure.
Absolutely.
Have you worked with
Absolutely.
any A-list artists or any artists that are like influencers on social media? Have you ever worked with any artists by writing or singing or
I
you
worked
know?
with I worked with some artists. They're not A list yet. They're on their way. But
Um,
I'll say that I've worked with some of those. I opened up for roommate opened up for Shantae Moore in Houston, so that was dope.
Shantae Moore.
Shantae got a man.
Oh,
Shantae's
That's
got a
Shantae Moore.
man
So
at
that's
home.
that's my
Baby, wait, let me explain before you start to point your case.
wait.
Okay.
Girl, I'm about to have a fit. Oh,
Oh,
it's
it's
about
about
to
to
be
be
some
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 shit.
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 How did I get into this? Should have never came
Came
home
on
with
with
this
it.
bitch.
Okay. But no, so far that's all I've done so far. We've write for other people, and help vocal produce certain songs. But yeah, the more we climb, hopefully I get some A-listers in there because they definitely need it.
Period.
Yeah.
Puriana to the Fury.
How do you feel about a lot of? Because I don't call you guys gay artists. I call you guys
Thank you.
artists because I don't put no stereotype on none of y'all, including me. How
Thank
do you
you.
feel about our fellow brethren and sisters who are in this community who are very good at music not getting signed? Because we
It
have you, we were born, we got Oliver, we got Tremel, we got King Payne. How do you
mhm,
feel about that? Jayla with her songwriting, like how do you feel
mhm.
about that?
It can be frustrating. It really can. I think because there was a period of time where I was signed, and then when you can't do the music you want and it come out the way you want it to be, it's hard to like, do I give that up for this ideal of what it's supposed to be? I won't do that. We're creating roommate studios because we want artists to feel free when they do music, regardless. Straight people listen to our gay ass music all the damn time, and they tell me how much they love that shit and how much it don't matter how much they talking about I'm sucking a man's like it don't matter what we're saying because they can relate. I grew up listening to Kelly Price. You can relate.
Let me
We,
find out.
but do you know what I mean? It's one of those things.
Yeah.
It's like as long as the music's good, which is what I want to make sure that we do. Love you too, Ricky. I want to make sure people understand that as long as the music's good, we should be supporting each other and making sure this shit happens. You know, it can be frustrating, but I think we got to stop waiting and wanting their approval and start being our own approval. Like start helping each other, big each other up.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Absolutely. So as this live comes to an end, okay. Is there any last words for any final questions for Kerry, Safian?
Um, no. Do you see yourself doing
Kerry,
a song with me? That's the last
Let's
question.
do it. Let's do it. I'm always down to do
period.
music. Absolutely. Do you see yourself doing a song with me? Is the question.
And
I am nobody to say no. I'm open
Okay,
to
let's do
everybody.
it.
Who the
Say,
fuck am I?
I mean, there's some people you can say no to. And if you need a list, just let me know. I'll let you know.
oh,
Not yet, no.
okay.
And here's the thing: it's not because they're not good or are you giving the same amount of energy, like the same perfection that I'm willing to give in my music? Are you willing to do that in your music? You know what I mean?
Right,
And if you
like you have the same drive.
that part, because there are people who will say that, like there are people in my DMs right now talking about what they want to do and what they would love to do, and I'm like, okay, well, let's go, and then you don't hear nothing.
I do
I'm
the
not.
same. That's the same thing. Like this artist out here, and I be trying to hit them up, and they be like to my face, yeah, I got you. And then you hit them up, and there's no response. It'd be 2 years. And I'm like, I don't even care for this shit no more. You just not pick. There's a lot of pick and choosing when it comes to this shit. You
Yeah.
can't make it on your own. You can, but you have to have a team with you.
Yeah.
Some people who know somebody who knows somebody,
Yeah.
they think you just throw out one song out there, and all of a sudden you blow up. The next week is the road to the Grammys. It don't work like
It
that.
don't work like that
And then
at
the
all.
thing about it is that everybody's not everybody, but most people are doing music that's already out there on the radio. Like we don't need another NBA Youngboy. We don't need another DaBaby. We don't need
Say
another
it.
Little Yachi.
Say
Like
it.
that's why y'all not getting signed.
Ooh.
That sound good radio wise,
Yeah.
but be
Be
you.
yourself.
Like you
Find
get what I'm
you.
saying?
Yes.
And then there's people that want to rap that can't rap because it's the new flow. Like no, stay to what you doing right now. Staying what you doing right now. Like we all have talent,
Amen.
but do what's best for you. Don't
Mhm.
do because of what you see somebody else doing. You want to fall behind the clique.
And be
You
willing
only
to
get one
learn.
life to live.
And be willing to learn. You
Right.
know, because I'll work with a singer in a day, but if I ain't gonna jump on the track if you gonna sound like any kind of thing. Let's
Ooh.
make each other sound good.
Yes.
Yeah. But
So, Kerry G, is there anything we may have forgot that you want the people to know?
no, I think we really covered some ground.
How's your grandmother, by the way?
Oh, thank you. She good. She stay on my nerve, but I love her dad. No, I'm just kidding. She's good. She's really good. I just saw her yesterday, as a matter of fact. But no, she's doing amazing. Her birthday's in April, so she'll be celebrating 87 or 86, one of them days. One of them.
Come on, 87.
Yeah. Thank
Period.
you.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
I love
Tell
her.
the people where they can find you.
Yes, I am on all. Well, I've been taking a break from social media for a period of time, but you can follow me on official Kerry D on Twitter. That's where I am most of the time because I be talking shit on there. On Instagram, I'm there. TikTok, I've started TikTok. I gotta find my rhythm because some things I don't like to do. But follow me on there. My music is out on all music platforms. You can follow Kerry D DNA. That's the first project. Roommate has we were born. Child, what am I saying? We have Roommate. We have Boys Next Door. That's from Roommate. And then Linda James just dropped Relapse and Recovery. Go support all of that. Barbie Bankrolls dropped her stuff. Kesey is dropping his music. Go and support Roommate Studios for sure. Like I really appreciate all the love for real. Sorry, y'all.
I know that's right.
And I really thank y'all. Thank y'all for really having me. I really appreciate that because y'all were very persistent. I appreciate it because my ass was off of social media for a period of time. And I was like, let me get my ass back on here. Okay.
I don't even be on social media like that. Only for business.
Right.
To see
But
what's going on in the streets. That's it.
That part. But thank y'all so much. I really appreciate the love for sure.
Well, thank you
And
for
again, if
coming
there's
on.
anything new that comes up, do not hesitate to give us a call. Okay, on period.
On period. Period to the Periana to the period. How you
Periana
say?
to the period. Yes. I know that's right. Oh, so we had so much fun. We actually got to get ready for
I
another show. We
did.
have a show directly after this called
Ooh.
Ratchet News. Well, Lituation shit, something like that. It's our Ratchet News um panel, okay, and it's directly after this show. So you guys all stick around, okay? Go ahead and grab a snack and come on back, okay? Because it's up and it's stuck here on the Lituation Network. Thank you guys all for coming out, okay? Kerry, thank you so
Thank you
much for
so much. This was a
coming.
fun
Thank
interview.
y'all. I really
I
enjoyed
ain't
myself.
laughed this much in an interview.
You is so funny.
He ain't. He ain't laughed this much. Like he really wanted to see you carry a summer.
Oh,
Cause
here I am, friend.
okay, on period. We ain't seen. I think this is the first time we seen Safion smile. Okay.
Come on.
And
Don't cover it
did,
up.
he'd have been on the network for a whole 6 months or something, 3, 4 months. Like, come on now. Okay, on period. But no, honestly, this was a really good interview. And I like the energy. Continue to be just great friend. And
Thank
I
you,
see you
friend.
soon.
See you
See. We'll
soon.
be in touch.
Okay, tell Lyndon we want
Facts.
to talk to him too soon.
I
Okay,
will.
when that project drop, we need to hear him.
It's
We need
already
to have
out.
him.
I'm gonna send it
Oh,
to
it's
you.
already out. Oh well, he
Mhm.
needs to come by here soon.
When we put the video
Soon.
together for his first single, which is "I Choose Me,"
Yes.
when we put that out with the video out, we'll come and promote it here. Well, I
Yeah,
have him
come
come
and
and
promote
promote it
it
here
here.
because
Yay.
I'm on the plate.
Absolutely. Well, until next time, adios.